going to be doing the last 10 books tag. We originally saw this tag on Joshana C's channel, and thought it sounded fun. So thank you, Joshana. We will link her video down below, as well as the original. This was created by Mark Nash.
Indeed it was.
I'm Jessica.
I'm Christina.
And you're watching
Game of Tomes.
Where are my dragons?
I feel so chill in here, because we're just in sweaters. Got our hot drinks, and the only light is one light. Kind of nice and cozy.
Yeah, it is. I'm enjoying it.
I am too.
Okay.
Question 1. The last book you didn't finish.
Alright.
Mine was actually pretty recently. It was 1984 by George Orwell, for the month of September. Because I just was taking forever to read it and didn't care, so I DNF'd it.
I feel you. Alright, well, confession time. I did not finish Night Film, and it's not because I didn't like it. I really didn't give it that much of a chance. I got to page 50, and it was okay. I was just reading it really slow, and it just wasn't the right time for me to pick it up, I think. And I had just DNF'd Northanger Abbey, another confession there, and I really needed something that was going to, like, take me there immediately, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not such a slow burn. And so I picked up another book, and I was happy I did, because it was a lot better.
You, like, needed
of an
a
experience.
change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I do want to read this book, it's just wasn't right for me when I picked it up.
I get it.
Yeah. And I'm kind of a mood reader too.
Yeah.
And so even if we do, like, plan out our books, sometimes
It doesn't work out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was this time.
Okay, question number 2. What is the last book you reread? Mine was The Eye of the World by Robert Jordan. I read this in May with Jessica and our other book club friend. And, yeah, reread from years ago. And it probably was like the 5th or 6th time I've read this.
We were just talking yesterday about wanting to read the next book.
We were, yeah.
Okay, so I haven't reread a book in ages. Literally ages. I have discovered books since BookTube that I would want to reread eventually, but I'd like to get some distance so I forget, like, the details and stuff.
Right.
The last books I can remember rereading are, and I don't know which I did first, but I reread as an adult the Harry Potter series, and then I reread as an adult the Twilight Saga. And that was, like, my firstborn was a baby, so...
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's been a while.
He's like 7?
Yeah. So, like, 7 years ago I read Harry Potter. That's crazy.
Well,
I should reread it again.
If it wasn't for Eye of the World, mine would have been Harry Potter. But I reread them when we started BookTube.
Yeah, just before.
Yeah, so 2 years ago? A little over 2 years ago?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just don't reread books very often.
I don't either.
I keep them and plan to, but then I find new books I haven't read.
Right.
And I'm like, ooh, new
But
book.
I have since, you know, discovered books that are my absolute favorites
Yeah.
now.
Oh,
that I
yeah.
will in the future reread, just, you know, in the distant future.
Yeah. When we forget it. And
Yeah.
yeah. Number 3. What is the last book you bought? So, I last bought Record of a Spaceborn Few. And I'm not going to say anything else about it because it pertains to another question later on in this tag.
Oh.
So, yeah. That's the last book I bought.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. That's funny. The last book that I bought is The Wise Man's Fear by Patrick Rothfuss, the second in the King Killer Chronicles. And I'm so excited to read this. I gave 5 stars to the first book. I really loved it. And, yeah. I was on vacation at Barnes & Noble in, North Carolina, and I bought this, and I just want there to be a 3rd book, because it's supposed to be a trilogy, but it's been, apparently years.
That's a chunker.
Yeah. Copyright 2011.
Whoa.
So it's been 7 years, and we need the 3rd book.
Get on it, Patrick Rothfuss.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun.
Patchy, jump on it. Jump on it. Number 4. What is the last book you said you read but didn't? I don't know.
Okay,
I don't think I've ever done that.
I have.
Oh, no.
So, in high school, I said that I finished The Kite Runner, but I was actually a few chapters from the end, and then we had a class discussion about the book, and so I felt like I had read it.
Yeah.
And enjoyed it. I'm like, yes, I read that book. I like it. I have said that several times. It's actually technically not true.
I read The Kite Runner a few years ago, and it was okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I wasn't crazy about it, but I didn't hate it. So
I really liked it. And also I had a really good teacher at the time, and we had great class discussions about things. And yeah, so whoops. If you ever hear me say I read The Kite Runner, you can call me out.
That's funny. I don't think I've ever done that. So I mean, I might have, but
there's never been a book that I have just like straight up not read anything from
and been like, yeah, I read that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, number 5. The last book you wrote in the margins of.
We have the same answer for this, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And that is The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, something like that.
Paulo Coelho.
I don't know. What?
That was a lot of fun. So our friend in book club, that's her favorite book of all time. And so we were all kind of passing it around and reading each other's notes along with the book. So that was fun. I think I read it first, and then I think I passed it on to you.
You did.
Because we've done that before, and Jessica has always read them before me, and so I wanted to switch it up and read it before she read it.
We should do that again.
That was fun, and that's what I thought when I was answering this question. I was like, wow, it's been a long time.
It has, and I hadn't realized that.
I really like writing in books.
Yeah, and I really enjoy reading your stuff.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We should do that again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do it again.
Number 6, the last book you had signed. I don't have it with me. My sister has it.
And I didn't bring it because I thought you had it here, and that is Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. We went to see him when he went on tour for Turtles.
Almost exactly a year ago, because it popped up in my Facebook memories this week.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And that was more like we ordered tickets to go see him and Hank, and it was like the signed book came with it. I've never had a personalized signed book. I've never...
Yes, you have.
What?
Sorry, I didn't mean to yell at you.
When?
That Spacey book.
Oh, yeah, I did. John Green was before that, though. I bought a book at a...
You mean more recently?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did I say?
Most recently? You said before that.
Oh, yeah. John Green was most recently, but I went to a... What are they called? Fanboy Expo in Knoxville a couple of years ago now, I think. And sometimes authors have their books out, and a guy from Knoxville had his, and I bought one, and he personalized it. So you're right. I have had that. And I still haven't read it, but I want to because it's about aliens. So, you know.
Yeah, the premise sounded good.
Yeah. So, yeah, you're right.
Oh, I know.
Thank you. But, I've never really, went to, like, an author signing or anything like that, though.
I haven't either.
Things like that kind of don't interest me that much, because I'm not usually, like, a diehard fan of authors. I'm like, wow, I really like your books. And, that's about as far as I go.
Yeah, I think there are some people I would like to meet and talk to, but, yeah, I wouldn't, like, teenager-y.
Yeah, flip out about it.
Yeah.
Fangirl.
I wouldn't. Maybe I would.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I would, actually. I take it back.
Like, if it was George R.R. Martin, you telling me you wouldn't flip out and fangirl over him?
Oh, I would. And if J.K. Rowling was in the room, I'd be like...
Queen! Yeah.
Yeah. So, I'd love to meet Becky Chambers and...
Oh, yeah,
John
that
and
would
Hank.
be cool. Yeah. Well, we did fangirl over them. I mean, we didn't get to meet them, but, yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
It took us, like, 20 minutes to pick a seat, so...
Yeah.
We were like, let's go up top. No, let's go back down.
Yeah, we did. I forgot about that.
That was a lot of fun, though.
It was a lot of fun. We actually ended up in the front row.
We did, yeah.
But all the way to the left, so they were still, like, far away from us.
Yeah. But it was still really cool, though.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Number 7, the last book you lost. I didn't have an answer to this, and then our friend Megan from Tome Infinity was like, hey, I'm bringing your books to book club next week. And I was like, you don't have one of my books. And she's like, yeah, I do. The Power by Naomi Alderman. And I was like, oh, yeah. So, can I count that as lost? I don't know. That's the only thing that came into my mind. But
sure.
As far as, like, straight up losing a book, I don't think I've done that.
Okay, so I have once lost a library book.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Yeah. And this was years ago. And then I didn't go to the library for a long time.
You were just so ashamed.
I can't remember what book it was. And so I went back to the library, and they were like, oh, hey, it says you have this book out. And she goes, oh, that was like X amount of years ago. And she just deleted it from the...
Nice.
I didn't have to pay for it. Although I should have totally paid for it.
Yeah, they started a new thing in our library, though, where your fines can not exceed, like, $2.50 or something like that.
Yeah,
They've set a new limit, and it's, like, very low. So, I mean, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know.
I have had to pay some fees before.
Yeah.
But I'm good now. I've been more responsible.
You've changed your ways.
Yes. Yes, I have.
Number 8, the last book you had to replace. Alright, so let's go back to Record of a Spaceborn Few. This is the second book of Jessica's that I have replaced.
Yeah.
Which, I usually pride myself on being, like, so careful with other people's books.
Mm-hmm.
But, I kind of ripped the bottom corner here. And I did the same exact thing to her second Saga edition. And so I replaced Saga, like, this year. And I didn't ask her beforehand, I just bought it and gave it to her, and I told her about it, and she was like, that's fine, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, it was just like a tiny tear. Like, I wouldn't have been mad.
So with this one, I was like, was this here before? And you were like, no, and I said, well, I'm gonna buy you a new one. And you were like, don't do that, but I don't own it, I own the first two, I wanted to buy one anyway, so I taped this one and bought her a new one. So I replaced her copy and got her copy.
Well, thanks.
You're welcome. So that's the book I've had to replace. And I'm sorry. I started taking this one to work and putting it in my backpack and just, you know.
Yeah, don't you have a book sleeve?
I do, but I put work stuff in it.
Oh.
It's got my Bluetooth speaker and then, like, my notebook of notes for how to do my job.
Mm-hmm.
And some pens in it. So I should use that, yeah, but I got a new backpack that has more pockets, and now I have one pocket alone for books, and it's cloth covered on the inside, so.
Nice.
I think it's supposed to be for a computer, but I use it for books, so.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
So, yeah.
I don't think I have ever replaced a book. Lies.
Oh, yeah!
One time in high school, I did replace a book for a friend, and that friend is Megan from Tome Infinity. She had me read The Sight by Clement-Davies, I think, and it was a really interesting book. I put a crease right through, just like
cover.
Yeah, just like it was just bent like this, like there was a line through it. I think I had slept with it or something. So I bought her a new copy, and it was hardcover, and she was very pleased. So
You felt so bad you got her a hardcover.
I upgraded.
Yeah. Number 9, the last book you had an argument over.
No.
Oh, I was gonna say none, but I thought you were gonna say, no.
No, I've never had, like, I've had discussions.
Yeah, we've had disagreements, but, not necessarily with each other. Well, I will say, like, The Power, I think, is one book that we've disagreed on the most.
We did.
But not in, like, an argumentative way.
No.
Just, like,
Yeah.
whatever. And I could understand your point of it.
She was like, I understand. We do not have to fight over this.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. No.
I'm not gonna argue with somebody over, like...
Their opinions?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's their opinion. I don't care.
Sure.
I mean, I care.
Yeah,
but
I understand.
that sounds uncaring. I don't care. I don't care about your opinions. Yeah, there's just no point of arguing.
Yeah. Okay.
Last question. Number 10, the last book you could not get a hold of. So it's October, and I really want to, like, a creepy read, and we read The Winter People, which was really good. And so I got on Overdrive to get some creepy audiobooks so I could listen to them at work, and I really, really wanted to get Something Wicked This Way Comes by Ray Bradbury, and they had 2 audio copies. I put holds on both of them. I am number 30 out of 30 holds on both of them. Literally, I'm number 30 on one and number 29 on the other, so I don't think I'm going to get to read that this month, but I really want to, so I'm going to keep my hold.
Okay, what is that about?
It's 2 boys and kind of like, I suggested it for a book club book pick for October.
I don't remember that.
And it's like 2 boys who go into a fair or a circus type. I think it's more like a fair, not a circus, and just like some creepy things start going on, and I can't remember entirely, but it's, you know, kind of creepy. And I've never read any other Ray Bradbury other than Fahrenheit 451, and I really want to, you know, branch out and read more of his stuff, so.
Okay, I don't have an answer for this really, because I feel like you can find anything on the internet. I don't know. But I will say that it's really hard for me to get my hands on any graphic novel unless I have to turn to the internet to get them. And because we have no new bookstore.
No, we don't have a Books A Million or
like the closest one is like over half an hour away.
Yeah.
A half an hour away.
Yeah.
And we just don't get to that.
No, because you're talking like an hour round trip, so, you know.
Mm-hmm. And then
it's like a whole ordeal.
And then our library doesn't have graphic novels. And yeah, so I recently watched a Chelsea Darling Reads video where she showed her graphic novel collection, and she talked about getting them on eBay for a good deal.
Whoa.
So I'm going to be checking out eBay.
I would not have thought of that.
Me neither.
So cool.
Mm-hmm. That's my answer. Graphic novels in general.
Yeah, that's a good answer for sure.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thanks. Awesome. That's it.
That is it. We're going to tag 3 beautiful ladies, though.
Yes, we are indeed.
So we're going to tag Kayla at On the Fritz.
And Karen from A Simple Cup of Tea.
And Jenna from Bibliofilth.
We will link them in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching When You Play the Game of Tomes.
You read or you die.
Come be our friends. Social media links in the description below.
And we hope you're reading a great book. Bye.
Lost, what felt like it all in a game. Every man I've measured died to hurt me before I could ever feel safe.